lakhs. One problem from PGBP. Unsolved problem is given in your notes. The problem says following is the receipts and payments accounts of Mr. Santosh, an advocate, for the previous year ending 31st March 2024. Now, if you find the receipt side, the first receipt is provisional fees. Another is sale of gold ornaments. The provisional fees will come under income profession, and sale of gold ornaments entry will be done in capital gain, income from capital gain. So I have given the format. Here, explain. Take my rope. Okay, I have written the format here. Here I have done the computation of gross total income, where I'm going to show income from business and then income from capital gain. That is short-term capital gain I have already mentioned. But when I'm going to write, I'm going to explain you how it is coming under short-term capital gain. So let us start first the format for income from profession. The income from profession, the format will start from first we have to write the income. Okay, income is given only one, that is profit. So the professional fees amount is given as 1,67,890. Only one income. Thereafter, we have to deduct the expenses allowed under the income aspect for income from profession. As per the problem, so many expenses are given: salaries and bonus, purchase of motor car, interest on loan, unit linked insurance plan, second installment. If you find salaries and bonus is allowed expenditure under this, then purchase of motor car or motor car, there is depreciation they have given, so we have to write the depreciation part. Interest on loan provision is also an allowed expenditure. We will write here unit linked insurance plan second installment. This is a disallowed expenditure, so we need not have to mention here. Next is general expenses. It's an allowed expenditure. Telephone expenses, books and periodicals. These three expenses are allowed expenditure. There we are going to deduct these expenditures. Thereafter, income tax, donations, wealth tax, it's a disallowed expenditure. So we will not deduct these expenses from income from profession. Vehicle running expenses, printing and stationery, again are allowed expenditure. We will deduct these expenditure from them. If you find the adjustments, only one adjustment is being given no. They have given second adjustment also. First adjustment says gold ornaments sold were purchased on 14th May 2023 and sold on 14th August 2023. For this adjustment, I have given this note. Let me continue this income from profession, then we will move on to income from capital gain. Second adjustment they have given from you is taxable income from profession, taking into consideration depreciation allowable on motor car and furniture, which comes to 37,673. This is our allowable expenditure. Again, for this this adjustment, they have not given any other adjustment. Directly, they have given the absolute amount. So we will deduct that part also from income from profession. So let us start expenses. Whatever allowable expenses are there, directly we are going to read. Salaries and bonus amount is 24,567. Then interest on loan taken for profession 4,567. General expenses are 4,325. Telephone expenses are 1,430. Again, books and periodicals purchased by a advocate for his profession are allowed as an expenses under Income Tax Act. Vehicle running expenses are given as 12,345. Printing stationery have been given as 2,655. Last but not the least, the appreciation on motor car and furniture, which they have given in the adjustment part, is being given as 37,617. So, if you make the total of these expenses, it comes to 1,03,240. Okay, so we are going to deduct these expenses from the income part. The amount remains is 64,650. Here we are going to write it as income from profession. As a person is a advocate. Okay, so we have completed first income from profession. Next we are going to move on to capital gain. So capital again they have given second income capital gain part. Here the format is going to start with the sale consideration. So whatever amount they have given is a problem for sale consideration of gold that we are going to write. Here they have given that after selling this gold, which was being purchased on 14th May 2023, till they have held this gold up to 14th August 2023. So if you're holding an asset that is gold, silver, like ornament, that asset must be held if it is held for more than 36 months. Whatever income is realizing from this asset, that income is termed as long-term capital gain. And if you are holding that asset for less than 36 months, that means if you are purchasing it in 2023 and selling it in 2024 itself. So if it is held for less than 36 months, so whatever income is going to be realized is termed as short-term capital gain. So here we are going to write sale consideration and that amount is given as 29,764. Okay. Less cost of purchase oblique acquisition. Okay. Now again, if I am coming to this part, I am going to say you that if it is held for more than 36 months, we would have taken the benefit of indexed cost of acquisition. That I am going to explain in my next chapter by the time I am going to start. But till this part, I am going to explain you that if the asset is for short term, we have to deduct the cost of acquisition, and if it is for long term, we have to calculate the index cost of acquisition. Here we are going to directly lessen or deduct the cost of purchase. Cost of purchase amount is 24,440. Wow. So when we are deducting this cost of acquisition from the sale consideration of gold, the amount arrives will be termed as short-term capital gain. Okay. That amount is 5,350 rupees. Now, what we are going to do? First income and second income. We are going to write in our format, that is income from profession, 64,650 rupees, and second income, that is capital gain, short-term capital gain, 5,350. Okay, if you see the calculation, I suppose it comes to 17,000. 70,000 is gross total income of Mr. Santosh as he is working as an advocate. His profession is an advocate. Okay, did you understand? Yes. Okay.